what's up? It's Raph
and Daniel,
and welcome to a very spooky episode of Cridiculous, the ultimate show where we review some of the hottest films of today and yesterday. Hey Daniel, what we got going on today?
All right, so today we are knocking out the 1978 Halloween by John Carpenter.
15 years after murdering his sister on Halloween night in 1963, Michael Myers escaped from a mental hospital and returns to a small town in Haydenfield, Illinois to kill again.
I would have to say that my favorite Halloween memory was when me and you dressed up and scared all the kids in our neighborhood when we were in high school.
Oh yeah,
because you dressed up like Michael.
No,
I mean Jason.
Yeah.
And you had the shovel and the machete. Not that we don't chase kids around with machetes.
No, not at all. I mean, here's the thing. I love all of these like slasher movies. You know, you think of characters like Jason, Ghostface, Freddy Krueger. Michael Myers paved the way. He literally walked so those characters can run, literally. It's really, really cool for me to at least revisit the grandfather of all the slasher movies.
I can see the value in that in cinematography history because the bar has been set so high that you normally forget to look into the stepping stones of where it came from, because this movie didn't have all of the research and scare tactics that we have today, and they just play on your suspense.
The film was originally called The Babysitter Murders.
Really?
Yeah, Babysitter Murders. Believe it or not.
I mean, I guess that kind of seems kind of adolescent. I could see why they changed it.
You know, what's spookier than a mass killer terrorizing a babysitter? For most babysitters or teenagers, back then, that was horrifying. They didn't have a cell phone like talking about it.
We open up in the movie, and they do this cool first-person shot within the eyes of Michael, right? And they go around the Myers house. They go in. He grabs the knife. He grabs the mask, and then he commences to killing his sister, who, might I add, had an amazing rack.
This is what we have to put up with.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Watch the movie. You'll agree. Anyway, so after that, we go into the parents hovering over the child Michael Myers with the bloody knife, and they just stand there like, "Not again, Timmy!" Like,
who does that? Who does that? So they ended up Baker acting Michael. So Michael ended up going to a mental hospital. So we're introduced to a couple of different characters. We're introduced to Laurie, who is the female lead, the damsel in distress.
Jamie Lee Curtis's character.
Yeah. By the way, this was her first movie ever.
Really?
Fun fact, did you know that her mom actually starred in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho?
I've never seen Psycho.
What? You need to. That's another classic. We got to do that one soon.
Maybe we'll review that one next.
Absolutely. Jamie Lee Curtis plays a babysitter, and then we're also introduced to Donald Pleasance, who plays the character of Dr. Loomis, who is Michael's psychiatrist. The overall budget was $325,000 for the film.
Okay.
$25,000 of George Washington's green money went to Donald Loomis.
$325,000 in 1978 seems like a lot of money.
It actually wasn't. I mean, there were a lot of films we need to see, and you can fact check me. The information will be below, but you have Jaws, which came out in 1975. This is how much right here. And then you have Halloween. We'll have to shift it right over here. That's exactly what they were working with. So they turned water into wine. I see you drinking some nice red wine there.
Yeah, it's different than my normal bourbon.
I see that.
I'm trying to turn over a new leaf.
Oh, I see. New season, new leaf.
That's it.
Got you. Speaking of leaves, did you know that all of the leaves that you see in the film were painted and recycled? Like at the end of every take, all cast members, all crew members had to put them all in a bag so they could reuse it.
Okay, I feel like that probably used a third of their budget.
So let's dive into it. So you have literally Crazy Mike, terrorizing this poor town, terrorizing babysitters, Dr. Loomis staking out in some random house and then saving the day at the end of the film.
I particularly didn't appreciate how they used the exact same scare tactic or suspense tactic 10 times to push, hey, Michael's here, now he's gone. Michael's here, now he's gone. And they use the same music, they use the same shots. Honestly, how many times are you going to do it before you just kill somebody?
I would argue that they did that to not only build suspense, but reestablish the thought of Michael being the ultimate boogeyman.
But you're going past suspense, man.
It's a horror suspense film. They're going to be locked in. I get it. You feel like it may be overkill.
I was honestly annoyed because they just kept doing the exact same thing
for an hour.
But I tell you this, when they switched up the music score, did it not freak you out?
No, but it was a
It didn't
note.
freak you out?
It was a note in my mind. Which part are you talking about?
When the music score changed, when the scare tactics actually happened.
Okay,
and the
so
music
they used the iconic
right
throughout the entire movie, and
the 5/4
then
signature.
and then when it got serious, they were like dun,
No.
dun. Like there were two shots.
They had this, and they had this, and then they had this as the chase music. I know. That's what they had. And then you have the standard Idol music. And that was their soundtrack for the whole film right there, the music score. Fun fact, they didn't have a budget for that either. So literally, John Carpenter sat at a piano and did all of that by himself.
I liked Dr. Loomis's monologues. I hope that you can make it to where we can listen to it because it was awesome. The way that he said things to the sheriff and explained it, it was really eerie.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
The sheriff was very dismissive of everything that Dr. Loomis was saying, but I thought it was a pretty solid film for 1978. I would personally give this film an A based on the fact that they had a little bit of a budget. They had actors come in at the last minute and turn that into a cult classic. I think that's what it is. It's a cult classic. You may not consider it a classic.
Would you say that Alien is a cult classic?
Yeah, I would. It's a sci-fi cult classic.
Okay.
I would argue that.
Okay.
Most people would do that. Sci-fi fans love it. Horror film fans love it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So based on that, I would give it an A. What would you give this film?
C+. The more we talk about it, the higher it goes. I just keep going back to the fact that they keep doing the same thing to get a different result.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, there was a shot that they did that me and you both commented on, where Jamie Lee Curtis backs up to the wall. And she's sitting there crying, and then Michael's face just comes right there. The lighting changes, and his face is revealed, and it's like, ooh, that was creepy.
Well, I appreciated that because that was the moment where the energy just started picking up, and I think it was the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was the last 10 minutes.
No, last 20 minutes.
No, that was the last 10.
20. I was watching the timer,
bro.
But the one thing I will say about the Halloween franchise, and then we'll wrap this one up, is that I think it's like your wine. It gets finer over time, right? You have to allow it to digest. You have the inaugural movie, and then 2018, it picks up from 40 years later. Michael is caught. He's put in the mental hospital. He breaks out and comes after.
Why wouldn't you just give that dude the chair?
You would think, but, that's the thing. Dr. Loomis is arguing, kill him. He's evil. Like, that's the one consistent thing. 40 years later, Dr. Loomis is dead and gone, but he's like, this guy's evil. He deserves a chair. He's a threat to society. Get rid of him. But anywho, it was a good episode, man. I'm so glad we took the opportunity to watch it. So we want to thank all of our subscribers. Thank you for watching. Hey, if you got anything that you want to see, comment below. Let us know if you like the new show. We are looking forward to engaging some more with you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. What else you got, Daniel?
I'm just really happy to get off of this set. Thank you for your service members. We appreciate your sacrifice. All our military members. And have a good one.
See you next time, folks.
Happy Halloween.